Hello everyone and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sheila's trial comes to a shocking end and Liam notices commodity going on between Finn and his birth mother. Moment on the Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila's trial begins and ends snappily. Eric and Brooke look forward to Sheila going to jail for life, and Liam notes commodity is going on with Finn. In the courthouse chambers, Finn and Steffi stay for the trial to begin. Finn says it shouldn't be long now, and Steffi is hoping Sheila gets transferred to captivity for the rest of her life. She asks Finn how he's doing given she's his birth mama. He says it doesn't matter and she needs to pay but can't help but suppose about the grass they participated. Finn steps out for a call, and Ridge and Bill arrive with Carter. Steffi asks Carter how effects look. Carter knows the judge and he's a tough bone. In the hall, Finn checks in with the sanitarium when Liam arrives. Finn asks why he's then. Liam explains he wants to show his support. Finn asks, "For Steffi, my woman?" Liam says yes, but also for Kelly, his pater, and everyone. Finn feels for him, but if he thinks that Steffi, Liam doesn't understand where this is coming from. Finn isn't naive. He knows Liam and Steffi have history, and that's how it's going to remain. Liam reminds him Kelly lives under his roof, and he has a vested interest in seeing Sheila locked up. Finn heads into the room and Liam follows. Steffi is surprised to see Liam. He just wants to see Sheila locked up for all their sakes. Sheila is brought in with her counsel, and she looks at those in the room. Liam seems troubled by the aesthetics between Finn and Sheila. Everyone sits down, and Steffi tells Finn to stop making eye contact with Sheila as she's trying to get to him. Meanwhile, Bill warns Liam that Sheila may try and maintain to a lower charge. Judge Evan Scott enters the chamber and reads the charge against Sheila of murder in the first, which could mean life in captivity. Sheila's counsel tries to speak, but the judge tells him to sit. The judge has commodity he needs to address. He says that most of them have been harmed by Sheila Carter, and she should pay the price for her crimes. He commends Bill and Ridge for going over and beyond to cover their families, and he sympathizes with Finn having to see his mama in bond. The judge knows they're all staying to see Sheila pay, but it pains him to say the substantiation tying Sheila to murder was unlawfully attained. He also says the means of surveillance wasn't legal, so he's forced to throw out all the substantiation. He says he has no choice but to drop the charges. He understands Sheila deserves to be behind bars, but without any new substantiation, he must dismiss the charges and order her released. Ridge, Bill, Steffi, and others lash out. Sheila asks the judge if he's saying she's free to go. The judge says she is, but if he ever sees her in his courtroom again, she won't be so lucky. A Bobby uncuffs Sheila, who hugs her attorney. Sheila walks over to Finn, pauses, and walks out. Steffi tells the judge he has no idea what he's done. Liam continues to eye Finn and his worried response. Sheila exits the chambers and in the hall, can't believe she's free. Her attorney says there's some paperwork to finish up, so she should stay then. Finn approaches Sheila and she no way imagined this. She cries she's been given alternate chance and goes to embrace Finn. He responds by putting his arms around her, which Liam spots. Eric and Brooke have lunch at Il Giardino. Eric brings up Sheila's trial, and if Brooke isn't going to go, she refuses given everything Sheila's done to them and their family. Deacon overhears and asks if commodity is going on with Sheila. Brooke says her trial is moment and she'll eventually be out of their lives. Deacon sits down and Brooke still can't believe Finn and Steffi were shot in the reverse alley then. She doesn't understand how Sheila could shoot her own son. Eric calls her a sociopath with no passions. Cleric points out she didn't mean to shoot Finn. Brooke says she still shot Steffi point blank. Deacon says if she's that crazy that captivity isn't the place for her, she should be getting help. Brooke thinks she's beyond help, and Eric agrees that captivity is where she belongs. They bandy how Bill and Ridge were suitable to nail Sheila, and that cleric helped to keep her from running off. Brooke can't believe Bill had to alienate everyone and pretend to be in love with Sheila. Deacon says it just goes to show indeed people like Sheila need love. Eric is just happy that Ridge and Bill got her to confess, and Brooke thinks nothing will give her a study once she's in jail. Eric knows this is bound to affect Finn. Cleric asks if he can get them anything differently, but they're veritably satisfied. Brooke says not just with the food, but that Sheila is going to get what she deserves. The she-devil is free and has another chance to rise again. This is why you know a count Sheila Carter out. In the bold and the beautiful recap for July 21, 2023, shamefaced as sin, Sheila Carter manages to walk down scot-free. Bold and the beautiful recap highlights in addition, Liam Intelligencer's a site that gives him serious cause for concern, and Brooke, Eric, and Cleric consider Sheila's fate. Not one of the three had she slinks down unscathed on their bingo card. Now let's dig a little deeper into what exactly happened. Luck of the draw, the last person Finn appreciated seeing hanging around outside of Judge Evan Scott's chambers was Liam, and he demanded to know what his woman's husband was doing there. Liam tried to explain that he was there for moral support and to see to it that Sheila was doomed to a long stint behind bars, but Finn wasn't having it. He let Liam know that he wasn't going to tolerate anything unhappy transpiring between him and Steffi. What's more, he claimed that he wasn't naive. He knows that Liam and Steffi have a history, but that's what it's going to remain. History. Latterly, with Judge Scott taking to his office, the assemblage, which included Bill, Carter, and Ridge, took their seats and awaited Sheila's sentencing with bated breath. Unfortunately for all the victims in the room, Judge Scott didn't have good news for them. Despite praising Bill and Ridge's sense of honor and commitment to seeing Sheila face justice, he actually had no choice but to dismiss all the charges leveled against her. The substantiation against Sheila was attained through unlawful hunt and seizure, and Bill's use of his particular connections to civil investigators was murky. It was a glorified fishing passage, concluded his honor, and with that, Sheila was free to go. Debate Club at Il Giardino, Trattoria Rustica. Brooke and Eric had a most agreeable working breakfast. Once the paperwork was cleared, and Eric inadvertently made effects exorbitantly uncomfortable for Brooke by mentioning Hope and Thomas, the content of discussion turned to Sheila. Wiretapping Cleric sat at the table and joined in the lively discussion. Brooke editorialized that Sheila could spend thousands of times in captivity and not make up for the pain and misery she's caused. Also, she was quick to point out that Sheila's firing of Finn and Steffi wasn't the first time she's tried to kill. Cleric wondered if maybe Sheila might profit from being put nearly where she can get help, but Brooke and Eric agreed that she was beyond saving. No, as far as Eric was concerned, jail was the only place for Sheila. All that granted, Eric couldn't help but worry about Finn and the veritably deep effect that seeing his mama doomed for murder might have on him. What sight this? Speaking of Finn, he chanced upon Sheila in the hallway outside of the judge's chambers, and she wrapped him in another comforting grasp. Despite himself, Finn gave in and returned the clinch. Liam described on the commerce between mama and son and wasn't too pleased. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.